Welcome back to another episode of the Smith Boys Podcast.
It's a podcast. It's a YouTube channel, really.
It's a podcast. This one here, brother, this is going to be a quick little recap of 2023. Our takes on what we think, sports-wise, are best and worst sports stories of 2023 as we are on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
Before the start of 2024.
Hour and a half before the ball drops.
What we think was the best sports story of the year as we followed it along, and what we thought, or, best sports story that occurred, and the worst sports story throughout the year that occurred.
All right.
And you put some time into this. I put a little time into this, about 30 seconds each.
Yeah, exactly.
About what came to mind. A couple of them came to mind pretty quick to me, so... And we're gonna exclude the fact that like Michigan and Alabama made the college football playoff.
Yeah.
It just kind of goes without saying, doesn't really count. So outside of that, brother, I'm gonna let you start it off. Your worst sports story of 2023, Garrett Smith.
Oh, here we go.
For me, it was the Michigan sign stealing thing.
Why am I not surprised, you piece of shit?
That was just, I still say to my dying breath, it was such an overblown story of nothing. I think a lot of teams do this type of shit. I don't think what they did, maybe it was a little bit much. I guess by the letter of the law, maybe.
Yeah!
It was, I'm not going to argue, I guess they did break the rules, but it was kind of an antiquated rule that I think other teams are kind of doing something similar all of the time, and pushing that envelope all the time, just in different ways and in different interpretations of the rules. So I think, I don't know, the NCAA has got a real, or Big Ten or whatever, has got a real axe to grind with Harbaugh. And I think that they just like to needle him. And Michigan obviously wants to lock him down. But I don't know what becomes of this whole thing, because if I was Harbaugh, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to deal with this shit anymore.
I'm dead in here. It's like burnt wood.
And over this whole sign stealing thing, and I think it like they tried to devalue, some of the Michigan wins and stuff, and so it was just kind of like a really annoying story, and part of it was listening to Valenti and Rico talk about it to just the nth degree.
Make plays!
Day after day after day after day, and it was just like, oh my god, dude, like this is like Watergate, I mean, it was just unbelievable how much airtime they
Let me ask you this about that though, brother. Had it been the exact same situation but Ohio State's name attached to it, how would you feel?
I would give it about a 5 minutes worth of thought.
Wrong.
Just like I did initially when I heard about it.
You wouldn't think it was a big deal if Ohio State was not.
I would seriously expect every team is doing this in some way or another. Like to me, it's asinine not to think that.
I think
if you don't think because all these teams are on TV, all these teams have the above 22. You can buy tickets and scout these teams now as it is. So it's like you're just using the advanced scouting, which like that happens anyway all of the time. Like you're looking at tape. It's like just semantics of the rule is like what everybody's getting tripped up on. And it's like, oh my God, but it's not really that egregious of a thing, because it's like it's a semantical thing, like to me, really.
I think if it was Ryan Day's name and attached with Ohio State to this, you would want him to burn it to the ground.
I really don't think I would.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
Because it's like, I really don't think it's a big deal. And if Ohio State was doing this, I would be like, this would have no impact on the Ohio State, on their number of wins and the success that they've had over the years that they've had it. I would think that Ohio State would still be just as successful. For sure, because they're a phenomenal program, dude. I don't give a shit. You can say I'm a Michigan, that's what you're trying to get at is my Michigan bias there, but I have to give it up to Ohio State, dude. I mean,
yeah, but if this was reversed and it was them, you would want the NCAA to burn them to the ground.
I would
piss on the ashes.
But I don't think there's anything there though. Like if there was really something there, I just don't see it. And now with the NIL stuff, it's like, I think college football is a Wild West, dude. Total Wild West. I mean, you got teams trying to poach players off of it and saying, okay, I'll give you $5 million to come play here.
All right, brother, as I catch my breath.
And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis.
What's the matter
After
with you?
some coughs there. You
I got a Ricola here.
you're swallowing your own spit and it goes down the wrong pipe sometimes.
Got a Ricola.
No, ain't nothing wrong with my throat, but you ever just swallow your own spit sometimes? It goes down the wrong pipe.
Yeah.
And you asphyxiate it or something, and it's just like, oh, man.
All that was on, that's going to be on here.
Yeah, well, it's on here. That's
All
just the
right.
way it is. Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Anything goes on Smith Boys Podcast. So, brother, my worst story of 2023. I hated this so much, and I still do. Mm-hmm. One, because I hate the team that it is associated with, and I hate the player that it is associated with to an nth degree, and I hate the artist that it is associated with. So this is like the perfect storm of garbage for me. And there might be some clues there for you. Mm-hmm. I hate this Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, just love story, whatever.
No, it's a pharmaceutical conspiracy.
I hate this. Every time Taylor Swift is at a Chiefs game, I got to watch the cameraman cut to Taylor Swift. I don't know how many times throughout the game.
I hate it!
Anytime the Chiefs get a first down.
Yeah.
And if Travis Kelce catches the ball for that first down, I got to watch just like
She goes nuts.
I got to watch a Cirque du Soleil, Bar Mitzvah, giant celebration in her $1 billion luxury booth.
Or with Brittany Mahomes.
I couldn't stand it. I hate the Chiefs. I hate Travis Kelce. And a lot of people cause I'm a Raiders guy, so I don't like the Chiefs to begin with, but I respect Patrick Mahomes, but I don't like Patrick Mahomes. But I dislike Travis Kelce more than I dislike Mahomes because I feel like I respect Mahomes more. I actually enjoy watching Mahomes play the position more.
Yeah.
Kelce's got like this, like, I don't know what he is. He like the way he acts and talks is like he's like from the hood or something, and he's like kind of thuggish, like the way he like talks and dresses, and I don't really get it.
Okay. Chill, homie, okay? Because I know we's close to West Newbury. You used to be dropping your ahs and stuff, all coming off thugging and stuff. But chill, man.
Why she's dating him, I don't know. I mean, she's like this, like, I don't know, seems like this Southern Belle type, like goody girl, and he's like this
from Cincinnati. He's from Ohio, though.
And he's like this kind of, but the way he acts, though, he's just like very.
I don't know, like, his brother. I mean, his brother's a pretty straightforward dude.
His brother is more normal than he is.
Yeah,
it seems
but I mean, like, that's his brother, though. I mean, it's like, they are like, I don't know, they are still kind of the same, just like you and I are. He just always
irks me and rubs me the wrong way. All the
I get it. I get where you're
the
going.
whole Mr. Pfizer campaign, all the stuff about it's just like, come on, man, get real, get real.
I get it.
I couldn't stand the publicity. And another thing that irked me about it, another thing that pissed me off, is Al Michaels is the best broadcaster in football.
Yeah.
And the NFL said Al Michaels is banned from doing playoff football this year because he came out and said, don't make the sideshow the show when in terms of Taylor Swift and coming to these Chiefs games. He made the comment and said, let's not make the sideshow the show. That's all he said.
Yeah, Al Michaels. Al Michaels is a professional.
And now the NFL said he's done. He's not doing any playoff games, which sucks because Al Michaels is like the best.
Yeah, he's good.
And the fact that he came out and said, let's not make the sideshow the show, any NFL fan watching football agrees with him.
Yeah.
So that's my worst sports story of 2023. I hated it, and I still hate it. I hope they break up.
Fucking boom!
I look at this and, was I annoyed with it? Yeah, but, like, I expect nothing less.
Yeah, but you love Taylor Swift.
I think she's cute, yeah, but I expect nothing less.
Mid!
Of how this would go. You know, like this is the 15 minutes, you know,
Mid.
this is Taylor Swift bringing a whole new set of eyes to the NFL. And I can't blame the NFL for taking advantage of it.
I mean, I can't either. It's a business with the NFL. I get, you know,
Travis
I
Kelce
get
has
it.
boomed from this thing, man. I mean, he has boomed. He's everywhere. He's Mr. Pfizer. He's
Women
doing
that had no
commercials.
effing clue that he existed or who he was and didn't even know he was born on the face of this earth or buying his jerseys.
Yeah.
For the sole fact that he's dating a singer that they'll never meet and will never speak a word to in their whole lives, write songs that they like. Like, it's just, people amaze me, brother.
That's what it is.
So what is your best sports story of 2023?
Man, this was a tough one.
I know I went a little hard there on Kelsey and
Yeah, it's like
Taylor Swift.
I didn't
It
think
was a little
like,
rough, but I really
I don't
dislike
feel
that.
that. I don't.
Yeah, but
care
you
that
don't.
much.
But you don't dislike Taylor Swift, and you don't dislike Kelsey and the Chiefs. Like, I hate them all. I don't like Mahomes. I don't like the Chiefs. I don't like Kelsey, and I don't like Swift. And it's like the perfect storm. You know, George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg movie, The Perfect Storm.
yeah.
It's
Seen
the
it many times.
it's the perfect storm of garbage to me that I hated seeing, especially as a Raiders fan.
The best is right now what's going on in the Lions. The Lions is the best story to me this season, of this year, sports story, because they're the 30 years, man. You know, back then it was the NFC Central. It wasn't in the NFC North. It was like 2002 is when they made that change. So they've never won the NFC North, and they haven't won an NFC title, division title, in 30 years. So you got to give the Lions kudos. It's huge. I mean, they're just not like 9-8 winning this division either.
No, they ran
because
away
other
with it.
teams suck.
They ran away with
it. They dominated.
It's surprising too what has been a huge come to Jesus moment with how good this team actually is this year is that they came into this season with a lot of fanfare.
Yeah.
They came into this season with a lot of
With
hype.
high
And
expectations.
they lived up to it.
And they've lived up
the
to
Lions have never lived up to any amount of hype that they've ever come to a season. They
gotta
lived
give
up
them-
to it and exceeded it as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
And I got to give Campbell, as much as this Dallas game, I think I still need a few days to decompress from this Dallas game.
They got screwed.
They did get screwed, but I still look at, why would you not just kick the field goal at some point and send it into overtime?
I wish we would have talked about that a little bit more on the post game with the Lions. Cowboys won. That was a point
That's
I
gonna-
wanted
that's
to hit
gonna
on,
kill me.
Was
That's
the fact
gonna-
that
yeah.
like once they got the penalty for that and they had to do it from the 7-yard
Kick the
line,
field goal.
I would have kicked the extra point from the 7-yard line. And then when Micah Parsons was offsides and they got a third shot to decide, and then it went to the 4-yard line, he still had a third opportunity to kick the extra point and didn't do it.
You feel good right now, but later on you're gonna feel that you wish that you didn't do that. Yeah.
So it was like Jesus himself was coming down and saying, like, I know you're going to go for it here, but I'm going to give you an opportunity. Like, I'm going to change fate a little bit and give you an opportunity to reconsider and kick the extra point 3 times. And Campbell every time was like, nope. Nah.
Yeah, nah. LA Knight style.
Cost him the game.
Yeah.
So your best story is the Lions. And that is a good one, brother, because they have been fun to watch. This was the most fun Lions team I have watched.
My
whole life.
My whole life. Yeah, my entire life. This has been the most fun to watch a Lions season I can ever remember.
It got to a point where we were expecting them to win. Even when they were down late in games, when they were down against Dallas and they on that last drive, I was expecting the Lions to go down and score a touchdown.
It was like the Bears game where I always, they came back and they won that game, where it was like, you still kind of thought, like, goddamn, the Lions can still win this game. Like, you still felt like the Lions should win this game. They should beat the Bears. Come on. And then lo and behold, but
can't win them all like that.
Can't win them all like that, though.
It's the NFL.
Yeah, it's the NFL. So that's my best is the Lions.
And we're not even Lions fans. We're just like Lions observers.
No,
It's been fun to watch, though.
You got to give it up.
And I'm here, we watch every Sunday. We come over and watch every game together, so it's fun. My biggest sports story of the year, and this has happened kind of recently, and it's a little off-brand. From it's not like a major 4 sports story, but Smith boys like to watch some wrestling.
Wrestling.
What is the biggest ick?
People like wrestling.
Yeah, once in a while.
Like the WWE and the AEW. It was a huge story when Mr. CM Punk got fired from AEW.
Yeah, it was
for
a wild
fighting Jack Perry backstage, and like apparently like lunging at Tony Khan.
Come out with Collision, which was basically built around.
Yeah, AEW
CM
came out
Punk.
with a show that was built around basically bringing CM Punk back and basically having him the face of like the whole own show.
Yeah, producing
And
it, the whole thing.
He ends up getting in a brawl backstage for the second time, gets fired this time instead of suspended, and then
Tony Khan feared for his life.
Lo and behold, a couple months later, the unthinkable happens where people thought like CM Punk could never go back to WWE. He burnt that bridge and he pissed on the ashes of it as he burned it to the ground.
Yeah.
And then I think it was a Survivor Series comes around, the show wraps up, goes up, is about to go off the air, and his music hits in Chicago, in his hometown, to a massive pop. He comes out, stands there. He's waving at Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is giving him the finger and everything because there's history between him and Seth Rollins.
Oh, Philly Phil, stay away. Stay away, you cancer. Get away from me forever. Wow. Yeah, no, I don't like Phil. I don't like Phil. He's a jerk. Oh, did we just figure that out? No, everybody in the room is like, oh no, dude, did he say that? Yeah, no, he's a jerk. Come on, we figured it out over there. We knew it over here. I don't want him back. Go do something else. Bye-bye.
It was just, it's a huge story to me in the wrestling world because he was like persona non grata and like toxic for WWE. It was like,
I remember.
He is the him who we do not name.
Yeah.
For WWE basically. Triple H takes over, Vince McMahon's out, Triple H knows business.
Yeah.
And I'm not a CM Punk guy. I can't stand him. I think he's a jerk.
Punk and Hunter had their war.
Yeah, Punk and Hunter had their, Triple H had their little quarrels.
But Hunter does know what's good for business. But Hunter can set aside ego to make a business deal. You know, and I think that's what I like. Where Vince would never do that.
Nah, Vince has done that in the past.
He has buried the hatchet to make money. I mean, he has, but
this was one that a lot of people didn't see coming because Punk was like, I mean, they served him the papers to fire him on his wedding day.
Yeah.
It was so wild, and I'm not a CM Punk fan. I find him obnoxious. He's a jerk. He's pretty toxic. He seems to be a cancer in the locker room in any company he goes to and rubs everybody the wrong way, wears out his welcome. So, but I can't help but say he's that polarizing, but he gets your eyes on the product because you want to see what's going to happen, what he's going to say. Because he's a nuclear pipe bomb when it comes to what he's going to say. You don't know what he's going to say, what he's going to do. The media scrum, when he won the title, he wins the world title off Jon Moxley, and then that same night, with the owner of the company sitting next to him, takes a giant dump on the entire company and the owner and all the vice presidents of the company.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm a little fucking snippy.
That's fine.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired. And I work with fucking children.
After he
just won the world title,
and he had a big brawl in the back,
and then as soon as that's over, he goes backstage. He goes to the hallway. He leaves that room, the press conference, goes out in the hallway and gets in a fight with all the vice presidents of the company. And gets suspended.
Yeah,
and it's like, it was a big story though, and I find it interesting to see where it goes from here because we're a couple of wrestling guys sometimes. So it's interesting. Get your eyes on the product going forward with WWE to see what WWE does with him, their build to WrestleMania, and how far AEW falls now that he's gone.
I tell you, that's the bigger. That's almost as big as
AEW is borderline it's unwatchable at this point.
I haven't watched it in months. This title reign by MJF is just kind of falling flat. Jericho's got a sexual assault allegation now.
What? No way.
Apparently he's made a lot of women, like random women, sign NDAs over the years, and people are like, what's that all about? So they're looking into that now.
Well, that's not a good look.
I always liked Jericho. I thought he seemed like a pretty nice, level-headed guy, too. His podcast and everything.
But
apparently he's a scumbag.
As far as, anything else with AEW, I haven't watched it at all. And I don't even know how much longer they can continue. Because the only one that's really giving it ratings anymore to me is Jim Cornette. I still see him talking about AEW quite a bit. No, but I haven't looked.
He just craps on them.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't looked at where they were usually drawing 650,000.
That's not good.
You know, anywhere from that to like 1 million. But like if they're bouncing on the low 600s, 700s, like that's nothing.
Well,
man.
MJF is their best character, and his contract is up.
He's got to see Punk and Rhodes, Cody, go to WWE, and he's got to be like, I'm gone. Like this place is failing. Like this place is floundering. Everybody, like Cody left, Punk left. Like I got to be in WWE. That's the promo, or that's the promotion I got to be in.
I would think so. He's done it all in AEW. There's nothing left for him to do there.
There's nothing left for him to do there.
I mean, he's top of the line there. Like there's nothing. He's better than everybody there. He needs to get called up to the major leagues.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, comment down below your best and worst sports stories of 2023, if you would like, or don't. It's up to you. We'd like to hear from you. Till then, maybe at the end of the next year, 2024, we'll do one on the best sports stories of 2024.
Yeah.
A year from today.
A year from now.
What do you think's going to happen in 2024, sports-wise? You think there's going to be, you see anything on the horizon coming? Because I tell you one, when you mentioned the Michigan stuff, my thing coming is Jim Harbaugh is done at Michigan and goes to coach in the NFL. That's my sports story of 2024. Harbaugh is out at Michigan.
He might be. They throwing him a lot of money, $12.5 million a year. I mean, that's a lot of money, man. They're throwing him a shit ton of money. If he goes, I'm wondering, the Chargers is probably the best position for him to go to because he's got Justin Herbert.
Bears would be good. He has said in the past that coaching the Chicago Bears is his dream job.
I know, but man, he could go back to Southern California. I mean, you're looking at Chicago or Southern California. I don't know.
Chicago's it's kind of a liberal shithole, but I mean, it's like if you got money, it's a nice place to live. If you got, I wouldn't want to live there if I was like a peasant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should I say that? Can I not say that?
I'm not commenting.
I mean, come on, just look at the crime there. It's not a good place to live if you don't have money. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, I would agree.
So what's your sports story of 2024?
You know, I was going to say something for Dad. Is I think he's good. You know, the Supercross season is going to be really interesting because you got Jet Lawrence, you got Eli coming back, and Chase Sexton. You know, it's changing teams. You got
everyone just turned this off except Dad.
Oh, well, I'm just going to say that would be for that. The other thing that I was interested in,
about Formula One.
No, I already know who's going to win that.
Max Verstappen.
Yeah, best car, best driver. What
happened to Lewis Hamilton? He ain't the guy no more.
His car sucks, man.
Oh, his car sucks.
You got to have a car that can at least.
Thought they all drove the same cars.
No, you got to have a competitive car.
Shouldn't they all just drive the same car and see who the best driver is then?
That's kind of like what Indy does.
I feel like that's what you should.
The cars are, I don't know.
Because it kind of just seems like whoever has the best car is going to win then.
Yeah.
If we're racing from here to Starbucks and I'm driving a Ferrari and you're driving a shitty old Ford Pinto, who's going to win?
Mm-hmm. What am I looking for in 24? I'd like to see the Red Wings and the Pistons get good again. That's one thing I'd really like to see. You know, I'm sick and tired of seeing this. You know, Pistons lost 28 in a row.
That's rotten. That is rotten. That's truly awful.
Just saying that is so absurd.
I would like to see the Pistons
good
again.
That's a record.
And I'd like to see the Red Wings, you know, near the top of the division and fighting for, you know, high playoff seeding and stuff again and going, you know, making deep playoff runs, and same with the Pistons. I mean, it sucks. You know, the Tigers aren't any good. And so it's like all you got is the Lions, and you got nothing in the summertime to kind of, you know, the Tigers suck. And
the Red Wings make the playoffs this year, 2023 season? Because it'll be going into April. It'll be going into April of 2024.
I know. If they do, it'll be as the 8th seed and they get bounced in the first round. You know, but
people thought that about the Panthers last year.
I just don't see the Red Wings going on any run like that as the Panthers did.
They ain't got that. The Panthers were physical and had good goaltending, and Red Wings are not
Not
physical.
very good, yeah,
They're not physical, and they have horrible goaltending.
Exactly. And they don't have Matthew Tkachuk.
And they've won like 2 games since they signed Patrick Kane.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I think that was fair. Comment down below what you think your best and worst sports stories were of 2023. What you see on the horizon for 2024. Any predictions you might have that might be some big stories for 2024. Until the next time, Smith Boys, out.
Yo, Johnny! I'll see you in the next life!